What's up, tentacular circus goers? I'm Quacker's Co, and this is the Fish Fry, where I give you the lowdown on the next Salmon Run stage, with weapon benefits, stage strategies, and general tips for helping you maximize your potential with GrizzCo. This is for the stage rotation that's happening on October 16th, and it's being held at the spawning grounds. The weapons of the Salmon Run are the Splattershot, the Tri-Stringer, the Splatana Stamper, and the E-Liter 4K. Holy crap. Whoa. Wow, that's 3 heavy hitters and 1 person that should be playing Turf War, essentially. It's up to the Splattershot to get ink everywhere. They have to be the one to provide the mobility for everybody else, because everybody else has an insane amount of damage and they're going to want to push into crazy places and to use that damage. So we need to remember all of our different wall jump and squid surging abilities and all the ways that we can get through and not use the grates in this map. Since so many people are going to be focusing on bosses, make sure if you see an attack, try to project where you're going to be hit to. It can get you onto a wall and get you some safety. And try to use as many of these movement abilities everywhere. Keep them in practice and keep all of your movement on this map tight. Get that power where it needs to be, and make sure you know how to use your weapon when you get there. There's opportunity all over this map, and we have to figure out how to get to it. In Splatoon 2, we had to worry about painting all the way to the top of the walls. Since we have the squid search now, we don't need to worry about that. Just make sure you get as much ink onto there, and try to stay calm and hold that input button. Prepare your squid search. I know how high that gets you. It's extremely useful for fish sticks. And honestly, if you know how I did this jump shot with the Splatana Stamper, let me know. This thing was so cool. But either way, it's going to take time to paint these walls, and that time is probably the time we need to get away and find some safety. And also know every single option you have. Right here behind the basket, this wall is completely paintable, and is a fantastic spot to find just a little bit of safety for a moment. So make sure you utilize as much speed as you have on these grates during high tide. And honestly, this might be controversial. If a fly fish arrives on this corner, maybe just injure it and don't worry about it. With all of our power and range, there's plenty of egg opportunity closer to the basket on a high tide. And I probably don't need to tell you this, but try to make yourself easy to revive. It's always helpful. All right, let's get into the weapons. The first weapon is the Splattershot. The Splattershot has a very interesting spread. It's pretty tight, but it can be utilized to take out hordes. Just remember, the lower amount of damage it has, it's going to take a little bit of while to take out a Quahog. Where this weapon's advantage is its coverage. It can hold its own when everything is going crazy and you're the last one left. And remember, with 2 or 3 ink drops on the ground, you have enough ink to create your momentum to get around. So try to do your best to get that ink everywhere for your teammates. The second weapon of this rotation is the Tri-Stringer. Knowing when to use the Tri-Stringer's horizontal and vertical shots is really helpful. A half-charge shot with stingers is plenty to take 3 buckets out of a stinger. Quick vertical shots are fantastic for getting around the map, and horizontal quick shots are great for painting and taking out small fry. But remember, for taking out anything else, it'll take a little bit of finesse. With half-charge shots for chum, and a fully charged shot causing massive damage, but you have to score the hit in order to cause the damage. So try to keep that aim tight. The third weapon of this rotation is the Splatana Stamper. The Splatana Stamper has an amazing forward vertical dash attack. This thing can keep up with a Goldie to help release some eggs. And with the Splatana's range, it also makes it a pretty good wall painter. So make sure you do your best to paint walls as well with it. Use that horizontal slash to take out small lessers. And that quick vertical slash can score some fast shots on some enemies. But make sure you and the Tri-Stringer push stingers. With that vertical shot, you can take out 3 buckets at a time. Now look for those moments where you can use this weapon's full attack damage during occurrences. But remember, you gotta get it just right. I've noticed on motherships, if you get too close, you don't cause any damage. The last weapon of this rotation is the E-Leader 4K. With how much power and mobility that these other weapons have, the E-Leader will do best with playing the most defensively, finding every single opportunity to line up as many enemies into that piercing shot and take them out. So just like the Tri-Stringer, you're probably going to want to use as much mobility to your advantage. And more than any weapon, it's probably not a good idea to go to the shoreline, but if you're going to go take out a Stinger, remember quarter charge shots will take out a bucket. So find every opportunity you can to utilize both this weapon's damage and its amazing range. And sometimes, it's going to be up to you to paint those walls. So remember, confuse those salmonids, move unpredictably. And remember that the fish fry usually comes out before the stage rotation. So if you want to catch these updates when they're hot and fresh, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. And if you want other fellow Grizzco employees to receive these tips, make sure you like and share the video. Bye-bye.